Hello and welcome back to Marauders at Midnight. I'm Isabella,
And I'm B.
and today we're going to be talking about Mary McDonald, Marlene McKinnon, Dorcas Meadows, and Sybill Trelawney. Interesting.
Woohoo! I'm so
Some
excited.
fun girls. Um,
I
I know
love women.
the first few characters we've done have been like separate, but because there's not a lot of canon info on them, we thought we would just put them all together and kind of
Yeah.
go over them and
Because they have
talk.
even less canon information than Peter, and he has like barely any. So,
Yeah. And also the fandom just hates women. Let's
yeah,
be real.
the misogyny is a little scary. It's a
Yeah.
little scary.
Yeah. Funky and fresh.
Let's get into it.
But yes. So, one of my favorite characters ever, especially in the Marauders era, besides Remus Lupin, is Mary McDonald.
We forgot to
And
s-
what?
we forgot
What
to
did we?
address that thing we left out
Oh,
in the
yeah.
intro.
Okay. 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 So, we did our intro episode, right?
A
Introducing
while
ourselves,
ago.
and go watch it if you haven't.
Yes. I
And
sure hope you have if you're watching this episode.
yeah, we like talked about our zodiac sign, we talked about our personality type. This is a Harry Potter podcast, and we didn't talk about our Hogwarts house.
Yeah,
Of all
we
things,
forgot like the most important part of being a Harry Potter fan is which house you're in.
and we realized a little while ago, and then we kept forgetting to talk
Yeah.
about them.
What did
So,
I think we realized like 3 weeks ago, 2 or 3 weeks
yeah,
ago?
yeah. Anyways, what is your Hogwarts house?
I am a Hufflepuff, very proud
Mm,
Hufflepuff, even
Cedric
though I'm,
Diggory.
yeah, Cedric Diggory, Tonks.
I think
Yeah.
that's it. Newt Scamander.
Oh, Newt, yes, and oh, I'm blanking. The herbology teacher.
Sprout.
Yes, Professor
Pomona
Sprout.
Sprout.
I
Um,
I like the headcanon that Moody is a Hufflepuff.
yes, me too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, I
What's your
am
house?
I am a Ravenclaw. Um, I guess that's Cho Chang, Luna
Yeah.
Lovegood, Trelawney.
Yes.
Um, I feel like there's more that I can't
Isn't
think
Flitwick
of.
a
Well, yeah,
Ravenclaw?
Flitwick
Yeah.
is like the lead
Yeah.
of Ravenclaw. But
We're definitely missing someone. I can't think of who though.
there's not many characters in both of our houses that are like canon and
Yeah.
have a big place in the story.
My
So,
biggest is definitely Cedric, and he was only in like one movie.
mhm. Mine is probably Luna, and
Yeah.
like everyone hates Cho. So,
Which I don't know why. She literally did nothing wrong.
oh, here's some more misogyny
Oh my
because
God.
I think it's like they blame her for like first of all, something she didn't even do, like snitching. She didn't even actually do that.
Oh
And
yeah. What the
also
heck?
because she like was confused with her feelings after Cedric died and stuff
Bro, her like boyfriend died. Give her a minute.
and like she was moving on too fast with Harry and blah blah, blah whatever. Who cares? I
Whatever.
literally don't. Anyway, yeah, those are our Hogwarts houses.
Yes. We just
And
thought you should know.
yeah.
Okay.
Um
Anyways,
anyway,
before I rudely
Mary
interrupted you, sorry.
Mary McDonald. I don't think you really know anything about her.
No, I know that her name is Mary McDonald. That's about it.
So, she was mentioned, I think, two times in the books, but like not specifically her. It's just like I think
Hmm.
the first time would have been her last name, and then the second time was her name.
Yeah,
Um, she is most likely Muggle-born. I don't know. There's not a lot of canon facts about her. It's she's believed to be in the same age group as Lily Evans, so like all the other Marauders and stuff.
yeah,
Um, and most likely also like was friends with Lily. So
probably.
yeah. just based on what Lily said about her, which I'll get into um, in a couple minutes, I guess. So,
Okay.
canon information about her is she might be related to someone named Magnus MacDonald, who is mentioned, I think, in Quidditch Through the Ages, the book,
Okay.
because he tried to lift a ban of, I don't even want to try to pronounce it. It's a really, I think, Greek name, and I don't want to get it wrong.
Okay.
Um, but it was a type of broom game that was like banned in the wizarding world
Hmm.
because it was dangerous or something, and he tried to lift that ban but was unsuccessful. That's all we know about her
That's so sad. That's like
family.
that's that's sad that that's all that we know.
um,
I get it
Possible
though.
family. I don't
Yeah.
know if they actually are. Um, but yeah, thought that was a random fact I would add in since there's nothing for her. Um, in her years at Hogwarts, I think around, I want to say fifth year, don't know, don't remember, but she was assaulted in some way by Mulciber, which was a Death Eater or something.
Ugh.
Bad wizard.
Disgusting. Bad
Slytherin,
wizard.
friends with Snape, all that stuff.
Not all Slytherins are
Um,
bad though. Just want to put that out
yes,
there.
I don't
Just
stereotype that.
before any of you guys get all defensive.
Bad Slytherin. But yeah, so she was. I'm gonna assume she was like hexed or something by him.
Probably.
Um, and so basically, what like how we know this is because it was in a memory where Lily was talking to Snape and she was like, "Why are you friends with Mulciber and like all these people? I don't like them because did you hear what he did to Mary the other
Okay.
day?" And Snape basically was like, "It's supposed to be funny." And she's like, "Well,
Ugh.
that's not funny."
What
So
an
it's
obnoxious
believed,
prick.
right? It's believed that she was a muggle born or something and he was like assaulting her because of
Yeah.
that. And Lily saw that happen or like heard about that happening and was like, "Oh god, I'm a muggle born. Like this isn't good. Snape, why are you
Yeah.
friends with these people?"
Yeah.
Um and yeah, so later on, oh, I guess she's mentioned maybe twice. Like her specifically,
Yeah.
but she was the one that told Lily that Snape was planning to spend the night outside of the Gryffindor common room after he called her mudblood.
Okay.
Um,
Slay.
yeah, I think she like probably walked past or something and like saw him there or like heard about him wanting to do that and was like,
Yeah.
"Hey, Lily,
Which
get
is
away from
so
him. He's a freak."
it's so creepy. It's giving
It is.
Edward watching Bella sleep in
It's
Twilight. Like it's creepy.
gross. But yeah, so that is like that gives us the impression that they were most likely friends with each other. Um, the fandom kind of believes that they shared a dorm, were the same age, most likely friends with Marlene, and they were like a trio together. Um, Also, Mary Cattermole in the Deathly Hallows, I think it's part two. No,
Part
part one.
part one.
Part one. She was I think, Muggle-born witch that was in trial,
Yeah.
and they were kind of like, interrogating all the Muggle-borns
Ron
and
was
half-bloods.
Ron was under Polyjuice Potion
Yes,
for her husband
as
of her husband.
Reginald,
Yeah.
Reginald Cattermole. And so people like to believe that that's her, and like
I
obviously
thought it was canon that it was her, actually, like
it's
for a
not.
while.
But obviously, like if she got married to him, she would take his name and
Yeah.
not be a McDonald anymore.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know if I really believe that. I think it's interesting that like that could have been
Hmm.
her and she
Yeah.
like was, like she survived still and
And she like got
was,
went on to have like a normal
yeah, it
life
wasn't
kind of
like
thing.
life destroyed forever.
Yeah,
Um,
like some of the other people from that era.
but yeah, um, I think that's mostly based on like people believing that she was a Muggle born. and that
Okay.
connects, like she would have been interrogated and stuff at that
Yeah.
point. But yeah, there's no evidence of like her blood status or that head canon, I guess,
Okay.
theory.
What do you think happened to her?
I think that I don't know. I feel like she like after she lost everyone, well, I mean Remus would have been alive still, but like after Halloween, I guess she would have
Hmm.
kind of just left the wizarding world because of the
Yeah.
way she would have been treated at that point for her blood status because I had canon her as Muggleborn.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think she would have just been like, okay, I'm done with this shit. I'm out. Bye.
That's fair.
Like,
I've
done.
read headcanons and stuff that she like obliviated herself.
Yeah,
That's really sad
it is
to
sad.
think
And that's
about.
why I don't like it
Yeah,
because it
I'm not.
hurts.
I mean, it makes sense and like it's a good headcanon, but like I don't personally believe it because like it's just so
I
sad.
I don't like it because I feel like she would have wanted to like remember that and not
Yeah,
just like completely go blank about her childhood and like
exactly.
happy memories.
Yeah.
Maybe I feel like maybe I would like to believe she obliviated what happened, but like not her
Hmm.
friends and not her memories
Yeah.
with them. But yeah, I think she would have just like left the wizarding world and like married a muggle and kind of shut that out of her life.
Yeah.
Um, I totally forgot about this one headcanon. Wait, let me write it down so I
Oh,
don't forget.
okay. Oh my goodness.
Um, sorry. That
She's
was,
remembering things.
yeah. Should I say it now? I will, because I'm
Okay.
excited.
I love that. Should I say I'm gonna?
Yeah. Yeah, I gave you a choice, but you didn't actually get to choose.
Okay. That's
So
okay.
I've seen this a couple times. I don't really know because I can't remember. So Dean Thomas, I
Okay.
don't know if he's Muggle-born or half-blood. I think he's Muggle-born, actually. He might be.
I didn't know that.
Okay, it's a headcanon. It's fine.
Okay.
Say that he was half-blood.
Okay.
I think with the idea that she left the wizarding world, she married a muggle and then had a son, which was Dean Thomas, who had magical ability. And so obviously she's not going to withhold him from
Yeah.
his life with
Yeah.
that. And
What was that voice crack?
he he goes to Hogwarts and, Dean
And
Thomas,
falls
whatever.
in love with yeah,
Seamus.
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 Um, I don't
Isn't
know.
his
I think
last name
that's
like
interesting.
oh, I want to say Finnegan, but I don't think that's right.
It is. It's
It
Finnegan.
is?
Seamus
Okay.
Finnegan. Um, but yeah, I think that that would have been her like welcome back to the wizarding world,
Yeah.
and yeah, and then maybe I guess that wouldn't make sense. I was gonna say maybe she is Mary Cattermole, but then
Maybe.
Dean Thomas.
I'm so sorry for the sirens. There must be some. I
Sorry,
muted them
it's me.
I tried to mute them the first time, but now there's like there must be some big accident or something.
It's me. I
It's
got like
you?
so sad that I like died
You
over
just
Mary
dropped
McDonald.
dead over Mary
Yeah,
McDonald. Is this your ghost talking to me right now?
yeah.
Okay.
Ooh.
Oh
But
my
yeah,
god, there's more.
that's oh my God, who is dying?
Oh, there's police now.
Uh-oh.
Maybe there's
Someone robbed a
something.
bank.
Maybe, I don't know. The bank is the other way.
Oh.
Anyway,
Um,
sorry, you guys.
yeah, okay, so that was a few headcanons. I still have more. Well, I don't know. I think I already said them.
That's
I
okay.
meant to go to the relationships and friendships first,
It's okay. I know how
but
excited you are to talk about her.
I know. So I guess relationship or no, let's do friends first.
Okay.
So we've already talked about them in the Lily episode, but Lily and Marlene, I believe that they would have been roommates
Lily
and
and
just
Marlene.
yeah,
Are we talking
friends.
about Mary?
Yeah, like those are her two friends. Like a
Oh, I thought you meant
trio.
we were just talking about those
Oh,
two. I
no,
was
no,
like,
no, 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 no.
what are you talking about, girl? Okay,
No, no,
sorry.
no, no.
A little trio. Yes, continue.
Mary, Lily, and Marlene.
Okay,
Um,
thank you.
yeah,
Thank you for the
I wrote them
clarification.
down together.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, I think that they would have like this very special friendship. Like, um, you know, what?
Oh my God. I feel like they have the same energy as Donna and the Dynamos from Mamma Mia.
Oh
I
my
think,
god.
oh my God,
Oh my
that's them.
god. Sorry, I just smacked my mic, but that's so true because people had canon that they would have been like huge ABBA fans, like to the max. They would be like ABBA
Oh my
girls.
God. Yes. Also, you say ABBA? I say ABBA.
ABBA. Oh, I say
ABBA.
ABBA.
I say ABBA.
ABBA.
That's what my grandma taught me to say it.
I
But
think
no, oh my God.
it depends on
That's
my mood.
them. Now I'm gonna have to watch Mamma
Yes.
Mia right after this.
So true.
I love that movie.
I yes. I any basically any type of like girl friend group where they're just like so connected with each other.
Yeah,
That's them.
it's
That is
beautiful.
them.
It's beautiful. I love women.
Which is
Womanly
why
friendships. I love it.
yes. Which is why I say that they're very boy genius because they're a trio and they're very
Yes,
connected
you were telling me about that.
and they write like songs about their friendships with each other and it's just so beautiful and I love it.
Look at that.
Um
They definitely wrote songs.
and I also love the band AU where it's the three of them and they have a band together.
Yeah, that's so cute.
Yes.
Oh
But
my
yeah, I think that
goodness.
they're just very special to each other and I don't think Mary would ever want to obliviate that from her
Oh
memory.
no. Why would you want to get rid of those beautiful, good memories, right? Like, yeah, I
Yeah.
don't like that.
Uh, but I think that they're called the Valkyries. I could be saying that wrong. I think that's what they're
Valkyrie.
called.
Yeah,
Valkyrie.
Valkyries. Thank you,
I don't
Marvel, for
know.
teaching me how to say Valkyrie.
I don't know if that includes like Dorcas or like any other girls. I think it's the
I've
three of them.
seen some stuff about Valkyries, and it's usually just those three from what I've seen.
Okay.
I could be wrong though, or like
But
it could just be those specific edits I've seen, but
yeah, it's
I'm
just
pretty
their
sure
name,
it's
like
just
the
those because
Marauders.
they're the Gryffindor girls kind of thing.
Okay. Yeah.
Because isn't Dorcas a
Um,
Slytherin?
well, we don't know, but
Oh,
that's a head
isn't
canon.
she? Yeah, she's headcanon. And I know people lump her in with the Skittles a lot.
Hmm.
Which, oh, that name.
Yes.
Oh.
I I will talk about Dorcas after Marlene.
Okay, continue. Oh,
And yeah. So, oh, also, yeah, like Dorcas is kind of, I also imagine them to like be friends with her, just
yeah.
like not in the same house. But, anyways, I'll get into that after.
Okay.
Um, yeah, so Lily and Marlene, best friends with Mary, love it to bits. Remus, I also love her and Remus. Just because I
That
don't
would be
know.
cute.
I think it's because all the young dudes, like that's the only fan fiction I've ever read and like completed. And they just had this like special little bond and I really liked it.
Hmm.
And there was this fun thing. I think we're gonna do an All the Young Dudes episode where I just tell you
Yes,
about
because
it.
I have not read it, and I barely even know who Grant is. I barely
But
know.
yeah, but there was this one thing where it was like they hooked up and it was so
Oh
random.
shit!
It was so random, but like it wasn't awkward after. And I
But like
like
it was like a good. Okay,
it was like a tester for them, like a test run. Like,
okay, I
okay,
like that.
let's see how
Let's
this
see if this
goes.
would work.
Yeah. And I like that they just kind of like were like, whatever. Yeah, we hooked up,
Yeah,
whatever. Who cares?
friends with
Um
benefits. Kidding. Oh my god.
Oh my god. Yeah. So yeah, I just think that her and Remus were like, I don't know, just
I feel like they would.
vibes.
Not that I know much about Mary. I feel like they would read books together though.
Yeah. I don't know. I guess I just see Mary as very James Potter, but like the female version of him. And
Yes, you've
that's
told me that.
why,
Yeah.
yeah. She's so sweet and like sunshine and love her. But yeah, I don't know what else to say about her and Remus. I just think that they were
And
good
she
friends.
was sunshine and he was midnight rain.
Oh my god, not the Taylor Swift reference.
I love Taylor
Oh
Swift.
my god.
There's rumors that she's gonna do a Canadian tour. Not that I have any money or any way to get to a concert, but
Just
or
sneak
anyone to
in.
go with. Oh my god.
We can go
I'll
together.
I'll get a job at the stadium.
Yeah, it'd be like that security guard that was like singing.
Yeah.
I
Okay,
love
that's
that.
so off topic. Sorry.
I have one more friendship that I kind of like the idea of, which is Mary and Peter. And I don't know.
Okay.
I like to include Peter in everything because
I
I'm his
also like
biggest
to.
fan.
Oh my god.
Um,
My new favorite hobby is anytime there's like a post that erases Peter and kind of like replaces him or just leaves him out, I'll comment like, "Man, I love the smell of Peter erasure in the morning." Or like, "Oh my god, Peter erasure in this day and age?"
yeah,
It's just
me with
funny.
my old TikToks.
It's
Sorry, but it's true.
okay. It's okay.
I've grown as a person.
Good.
But
Good. I used
yeah,
to
I
exclude him too, don't worry.
I also like Pain, so having her be close with Peter and also Remus being close with Peter after what he did just makes it
Hmm.
worse. And like I
You're
like
so mean.
I like that feeling.
Why? That's scary. I should get
I
you a
don't know.
therapist.
You should. Yeah.
Okay. I'm
But
gonna
yeah,
become
that's
rich
like
and I'll pay for your therapy.
okay. Thanks.
Okay. You're welcome.
Thanks so much.
You're welcome.
Um there is relationship wise ships I've seen, well, this was in All the Young Dudes where Sirius dated Mary for a long time, and that was like, and obviously All the Young Dudes is in Remus's perspective, and so Remus would
Serious
like,
dated. Oh wow.
yeah, because he was like in denial of his sexuality, and so he was like dating.
Okay. I just
I
don't see him
also,
with Mary. Slay.
it was not a good
Okay, okay.
relationship.
I was gonna say I don't want to like criticize, but
Yeah, no. Um, I also see her as like the it girl. Like everyone wants to be
okay.
her. Everyone wants to be either with her or be her.
Okay. See, I
And
imagined Mary very differently than that.
really,
I imagined her to be
oh,
more like Remus, honestly.
no, no, she
Hey,
was the
well, good to
popular
know. Yeah, because
girl.
again, I don't know anything about her.
Again, this is headcanons. Like this is not
Yeah.
canon. But yeah, I feel like Sirius would have been like because it's pretty much canon that he got the girls. Like he was
Oh yeah,
risen it
he
up at
was. He was
Hogwarts.
dressing it up. He was a ladies' man
Yeah, and so I think he would have pulled Mary, or like they both would have been together just for like the, like, oh
for
well,
the clout.
you know, whatever.
Yeah. It's
But
like when
yeah,
the head jock and the head cheerleader get together,
yeah,
and it's like, oh my god, blah blah blah.
but yeah,
Why can't I think of
Mary,
any examples? Anyway.
Mary and Sirius were like together for a while in
Okay.
All the Young Dudes, and Remus obviously like was very. He was never like I hate Mary. I think
Hmm.
it was more like a Heather situation, like the song,
I wish I were Heather. Yeah.
and he was just like so envious of her because he just like gravitated towards Mary so much, and then he was like, well, in secret, you know.
Can we also quickly talk about? I just want to mention that Conan Gray as a fan cast for Sirius. Ooh,
I
I
love
love
it.
it. Anyway,
I love it.
that's off topic.
But yeah, that's pretty much it. Was really just like a, I don't even know, just not perfect match. They were
Yeah,
just there together. Um, However, I like Mary and Lily because also the name, I just like the name Mary Lily. I think it's so cute.
that's a cute name.
And it's also very painful because I feel like in their day and age where like, Wolfstar had to keep it secret, but like I feel like
Hmm.
I think we talked about this where like female relationships,
Yeah,
friendships,
they
like you can
were.
never tell like
Yeah,
if it was something more or just like platonic friendship, like
yeah. We talked
hugging
about that
and
in the Lily episode, I believe.
yeah. Um so yeah, it's painful and it hurts me.
Yeah,
But I love it. I love angst and I love both Mary and Lily. And I think that they were good, but I don't think they would have like worked out in the end at the same time.
yeah.
Um, and then Mary and Marlene is another one I've seen, which I used to really like. I don't really like
Hmm.
care for as much, but it was more like a childhood. I think like Marlene would have had like a crush on her
Okay.
and
Yeah.
like never like she would always be like upset with Mary and Mary never knew why, but it was because she was like with Sirius and like never like going through with liking her back or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's pretty much all the relationships I had for her.
Okay.
Because again, the fandom hates women and doesn't like women love women relationships and stuff.
WLW. Why is W such? I hate saying W.
I know it's such a long thing to say. W. That's pretty much all like there is to know about Mary. Like I know there's definitely more, but I don't really know where to start. And obviously, future wise, we can just talk more about her because we can. Um, but next on the list, we have Marlene McKinnon, who is
Ooh.
actually, she is mentioned 4 times in the books,
Wow. She's
but that
special.
includes like the McKinnons, not just Marlene. So, yeah, but basically, we don't know anything about her. Oh, I also wanted to add um, Mary's birthday is apparently September 1st.
Oh,
I think that was just made up because whatever. But
slay.
yeah, she has no birthday, Marlene. Um, Pretty sure she was a Gryffindor, canonically. Don't really know though, but the fandom headcanons her as a Gryffindor, so we're
Yeah.
gonna go with that.
We're gonna
Um,
stick with the fandom on this one.
Yeah, it was the same with Mary, by the way. I didn't say that, but we kind of made it clear. Anyway, yeah, Marlene McKinnon, which I love her name, by the way. I love the double M for both Mary and Marlene. Just,
That's my favorite type of names where the
it's
letters
great.
match. Peter Parker. Um, I'm blanking on everyone else. Bruce
Peter
Banner.
Pettigrew.
Peter Pettigrew. Um,
Uh,
why did I almost say
yep.
Bruce Wayne? That doesn't match. That doesn't match.
It's still a good name, though.
It is.
I just love a good name, a good full name.
I'm
Great.
forgetting
But
someone like
yeah,
really important that has double. Oh, I don't know.
I don't know. Can't read your mind.
Oh, Loki Leifwison. Leifwison. I'm saying that with a French
I
accent.
did not know his last name.
It's it was Odinson because in Norse it's like your father and then like son or daughter. And his real father is Leifwi. Laufey? I don't fucking know.
Damn.
There's
Loki
someone
lore.
else. Loki lore. Oh, Stephen Strange. That's the one.
Hmm. Anyway, sorry, I just zoned out for a second. But yeah, Marlene McKinnon, love that name. She was canonically a member of the Order in the First Wizarding War, um, and was murdered by Death Eaters. Like her whole family was
That's so
wiped
sad.
out.
Yeah, didn't
Uh,
didn't Sirius mention that in the movie to Harry?
yeah, Sirius did in the movie. In the book, it was Moody. So yeah, it's not super important, but you know.
Yeah.
I feel like with the
Fun
movie
little
and it being
fact.
serious, it kind of emphasizes that like they were friends, most
Yeah.
likely with the Marauders, or she was
It
friends with the
has more of
Marauders
like
and
an
stuff.
impact kind of thing.
But yeah, so she was murdered, unfortunately, pretty early in her life, which is sad. Um, some people say that Peter was one of the Death Eaters that like killed her, and I don't like that, but I like the idea of that
Yeah.
because it's like even worse betrayal is like he was
Mm-hmm.
there and like he walked into her house and faced her and was like Avada Kedavra.
Sorry if
Like
you guys just heard me burp.
yeah, she burped like
I
before we
was
started and it was
trying
a
so
big
hard to
one.
hold it in, and then it just like came out.
Yeah, but oh my god, it just like gives me the shivers like seeing sometimes I see TikToks where people like make edits of that where Peter
Yeah.
like shows up and she's like, "Peter, what are you doing here?" Like Why are you scaring
Peter.
me right now?
What the dog
But yeah,
doing?
what the dog doing?
What the dog doing?
So there is two family members that we know of that have the same last name, which is Angus McKinnon and Elspeth. I
Huh?
don't know.
How
Elspeth
is it spelt?
McKinnon. Elspeth. Elspeth? I don't know.
Well, the
No.
PH. No, the
Yeah, I
PT.
know.
Oh, what the
Maybe I
heck?
spelt it wrong. Maybe I wrote it wrong
Oh,
on here.
oh well.
I'm
That's
going to say
okay.
Elspeth because that sounds better.
Sounds nicer.
McKinnon.
Yeah.
And I think they were either from the drafts, like not in the books, but like drafts of the books or
Okay.
something. And they were like kidnapped by Voldemort because he
Oh.
wanted to recruit them. Because apparently, according to Hagrid, actually, the McKinnons were very powerful wizards and like they would
Okay.
have wanted like them on the dark side
Yeah.
because of like how powerful the family is. And also, I think McKinnon is Sacred
Isn't it?
28.
Yeah, I was gonna
I'm
say.
pretty
I'm pretty
sure.
sure when we were doing the list, they were one of the sacred
Yeah.
28.
Sacred 28 is the pureblood families, by the way, if you didn't know. To the audience, not you. I know you
Yeah,
know.
I know. I know.
I know some people don't know about it, so yeah.
Hmm.
But so
Well,
yeah,
I
that's
didn't know about it
interesting.
until you told me about it.
Yeah, because it's really not even. I don't know if it's mentioned in the book. It's just kind of like a thing. It's just
It's just a
lore.
thing.
But yeah,
Lore. Imagine liking lore.
lore, lore.
Hate lore.
But yeah, I think it's really interesting because I believe that they would have been killed because of how powerful they were, and like Voldemort was
Yeah,
like, wipe
because
them
they
out,
wouldn't join. Yeah.
get them out of here. They're a threat to us.
Yeah.
Um, and um, Travers is a Death Eater who is canonically one of the ones that killed her family. Just wanted to
Okay.
add that. Don't know who that is, but I know the name. Um,
I've never heard that name, but not Slay, but Slay.
I don't know. I feel like it's in the movie at some point, but I don't remember. I think like in
Probably.
the one of the trials or something, they were talking about the McKinnon's death and
Okay.
like how Travers was one of the ones to kill her. But yeah,
Watch.
um,
It was probably in my favorite movie because I don't know anything from that movie apparently. Literally, did they mentioned like Neville's parents in that one, and I had no clue until you brought it up a few weeks ago.
yeah, it's like it's in the Goblet of Fire,
You're
and
like,
you're like,
it's
what?
in that movie. I was like, what do you mean? Because yeah, I
Yeah,
didn't
but
know that
honestly,
Barty had something to do with that or whatever.
I used to not pay attention like at all to anything. And then sometimes I just like I love watching the Harry Potter movies because every time I figure out something new
Oh
or
yeah.
like I hear something new and I'm like, "Oh, I didn't notice that before."
I figure
But
out
yeah.
new things about everything every day. I realized in the car yesterday that squishmallows are called squishmallows because they're like marshmallows.
I
Don't
mean,
know how I didn't put that together. Don't know how I didn't.
okay, you're questionable. You're a questionable little creature.
I lack common sense. That's what my mom says.
You're just in your own world.
I am. I
Um,
literally am.
but yeah. Um Where was I? Oh, yeah. So she died, was murdered, and I mentioned Lily's letter to Sirius, like when they were in hiding, and
Yeah.
how she mentioned their cat. Just wanted to r- track back to that. But also in her letter, she wrote to him talking about Marlene McKinnon and how she was murdered.
Yeah.
And Lily said in her letter that she cried all night when she found out. And
Aw.
so that kind of tells me like they were probably friends.
Oh, absolutely. You don't cry all night over someone you weren't close with.
Yeah. Like if it was someone that she just was, she kind of knew,
Like
she would have been like,
acquaintances
"Oh, that's
with.
sad," but like,
Yeah. It wouldn't
you know.
have affected her that deeply.
Yeah. So I think that like her, Lily and Mary were all good friends and it like really hurt her to find out that Marlene died. And
Yeah.
also, she mentioned that, um, like, kind of after that happened, after she was murdered and the news got out, Peter like visited the Potters because he was the secret keeper. And she mentioned that she was like, Peter seemed down, but I think that's why, because of Marlene. So Peter
Mhm.
was also probably close with her, or
Yeah.
like they were all probably just friends with her,
Yeah.
canonically. And um, that also kind of makes me think that he was there and he had the guilt with him.
Oh,
And like he
probably
also
then.
had the guilt of like, I'm a Death Eater and like my friends don't even know. And like this
And
is
I'm
gonna
about
happen
to
to them.
betray them and stab them in the back.
Yeah, because like when you're like lying that hard and like keeping secrets from people that you love, like
Yeah.
it takes a
It
toll
would
on how
definitely take a
you
toll on you.
feel and like would be very noticeable, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is all of the canon that I could find. There was more, but it was kind of just like random stuff
It was
that
just
just
like
wasn't
boring, like
relevant.
not okay.
But um, yeah, it's really sad. She died first, besides
Oh.
Regulus, but she died first out of like the
Reggie.
friends
Yeah.
that the fandom has, and yeah. So yeah, let's get into friendships and relationships. Oh my god, I have one headcanon for her. Poor
One
Marlene.
head. That's sad.
I couldn't think of any, but
It's okay.
um friendships, I've seen her and James because I'll say the headcanon now. Might as well.
Okay.
Headcanon is that she was on the Quidditch team and she was like a really
Oh, yes, I
good
love that
player.
headcanon.
And
I
so
love
her and
Quidditch.
James were like sports friends and they would
Yeah,
always like practice really early in the
that's
morning and
cute.
like yeah. Um and
I would
I
love to
just
play Quidditch.
I love it. And I think that they were just like she was one of the guys,
She was one of the bros.
one of the bros,
I love
one of
it.
the dudes.
She definitely
So
gives
yeah,
that vibe.
I really like that her and James, like the idea that her and James would be like good friends and just always broing it up.
Growing it up, dudes being guys, guys being
Yeah.
gay. Kidding. Not the gay part.
I mean, they were both gay a little bit.
That
So,
is true. A
yeah.
little bit.
Um well, Marlene, absolutely. Lesbian,
Yeah.
1000%.
James, he's a bicon.
He's
Yeah.
pansexual. He's pansexual.
You think?
Yeah.
Okay.
I cuz I feel like he just like fell in love with everyone. And I said this already, but like I
Okay,
think
yeah, that
that
makes sense then.
yeah. But yeah, I'm going off track with James, but
That's
yeah.
okay.
Another one is Sirius because they both to me
They
have like
give
that.
off that energy, like the same vibes.
Yeah, we talked about it in Sirius's episode where they both have like that alt kind of
Grungy, like
aesthetic.
smoking, leather
Yeah.
jackets,
Smoky eye.
tattoos,
And
eyeliner.
yeah, I think that they both just like bonded over being cool and better than
Yep.
everyone. So,
Yep.
yeah. Um, and yeah. And then, of course, Mary and Lily, which we've talked about, but I have to mention them again just because I love them and they're best friends.
Yes.
And they're literally the female Marauders
The
to me.
Valkyries. I really like that name.
The
Sounds so
Valkyries.
badass.
Sounds cooler than
You're a
Marauders.
Valkyrie.
I'm a Valkyrie.
Thought they all died gruesome deaths.
It's
Sorry, I'm quoting
giving
Thor.
it's giving the pink ladies from Greece. They would have like matching pink
I
leather
thought I
jackets.
thought you meant like the country Greece for a second. I've seen Greece,
No.
but I thought you meant like
No.
Greek people. I was like, what the fuck?
No.
No,
No, no,
yeah,
no.
it is. It is giving the pink ladies.
Greece.
Mm. Has anybody watched the show, The Rise of the Pink Ladies? Was it good? Should I watch it?
I have not.
Okay. And if
Let
in the
us know.
comments, let us know in the comments if I should watch it, if it was any good.
Yes. Um, what is that even on? Prime?
Paramount Plus.
Oh.
So yeah, you
Oh,
can get
right,
it on
yeah.
Prime. Although I heard a rumor they're like removing it from the platform and like they canceled it or something. I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't know.
Who knows?
I don't know.
But that was pretty much all the friendships. Oh, and also Peter, because I feel like because he was like sad in Lily's perspective, I feel like
Mhm.
not just the guilt, but like the fact that they were probably friends
Yeah.
and like he
She
just
introduced
felt
him to
bad.
she introduced him to weed. I just feel like she did. I just think
So
so.
true. So true. Yeah. Oh my god.
Sorry, that's just so fitting, I feel like.
I love the idea that like Peter, because he loves herbology, he like sneaks weed from Sprout's stash.
Oh my god, yeah. Oh my
Oh,
god.
so
Also,
funny.
yeah, apparently I'm in the weed house because Hufflepuff,
Oh right. Oh my
we're
god,
like
hook
the
me up.
stoners. I've never even done that.
Me either.
I chicken out
Me too.
because I've
Um,
had friends and stuff offer, and I'm like, no,
I'm too cool for that.
I don't need
I'm
it.
already high on life, man.
No, literally, me too. And I feel like I would just get really giggly, and I'm already really like giggly and
Yeah.
blah. Don't need to be more.
Okay, let me get into Dorleen, Dorcas, and
Oh,
Marlene.
yes, I've heard about
This
them. Aren't
is,
they
I
like,
think, the
sorry.
most beloved, like, female
Yeah, they're like
sapphic.
the wolf star
Um,
of the females of just how big it is, I feel
yeah.
like.
They are also, and I'm gonna get into Dorcas, obviously, but, like, Dorcas being a Slytherin as a headcanon and, like,
Hmm.
Marlene being a Gryffindor also gives that dynamic where it's, like, Jegulus or it's, like, what are the other ones that are, oh,
Oh, I don't want to
Drary.
say it, but Drary, yeah.
Yeah, all those ones that people really like. Like, yeah. People don't talk about that as much, and it annoys me because,
New
like,
ship that's, I think it's, is Lyle a Gryffindor? I think he
I
is.
I feel like he is, but I also
He's
headcanon
that,
him as
or he's a
Ravenclaw.
Hufflepuff. Oh,
I like him
okay
as
then. I
Ravenclaw
love that.
because I just like Lyle and I
You
want
know
him.
who's probably a Hufflepuff? Ted. Ted
Yes.
Tonks. You know what? Yeah, I think Ravenclaw suits
Oh
Lyle more.
my god, I can't wait till we talk about them because I feel like Ted, Lyle, and what's his name, Alfred, would be like
Alfred. But no,
a trio.
stop hitting your back to what I was saying about new ship. If Lyle's a Gryffindor, a new ship I've just come across is him and Alfred. Shout out to
Mhm.
Searching for Planes on TikTok. They came up with that. The ship name is Amber Moon. So yeah,
Yes,
shout out to them. Credit
I
to
love that
them.
you know their username.
I'm obsessed with their edits. They're
I
so
know.
good.
They are good. They're so good. The
So yeah,
Marauders
go
fandom
check them out.
is so
Please.
talented.
They're amazing.
Yes, I love it. But yeah, I really don't ship Marlene with anyone else besides Dorcas. I
Yeah,
did
I've seen
mention
people ship her
her.
with Sirius, but I don't like that very much.
I think sorry,
What?
I threatened you with my
I've just been
handgun
threatened with a
when you mentioned them.
handgun, with a finger gun.
I
Yeah, well, I have a water gun in my desk, so
oh my god.
I'm
Jesus
gonna threaten
Christ.
you with that. Don't ask why
But
I have a water gun on hand. Don't ask.
um I think that the OG Marauders fandom was very into Sirius and Marlene, and that's
Yeah.
where it
Yeah,
comes
you definitely
from.
don't see that anymore. The
But
fandom
I
has
think
really
that,
changed.
yeah, it has. Yeah. Not only do I only see her as a lesbian, but like, I feel like they're just too similar to like date each
Yeah.
other. They just have too much in common. Like, they're too
Yeah. And
like
again, she's a
much
lesbian.
together. Yes.
I thought you were American. Sorry.
Hey, I'm lesbian. I thought
I
you were
thought you were
American.
American. What
But
do you
yeah, I
have? A knife. No. Sorry.
James.
Yeah. James
I
moment.
love Vines. I love Vines, but yeah, I really only ship her with Dorcas because I think that they just work that way.
I agree.
And oh, I won't actually. Yeah, I'm gonna save this for Dorcas because this is more of a
Okay.
Dorcas headcanon.
Ooh.
Um, I have more Dorcas headcanons than I do Marlene. That's crazy.
Sad. That's okay though.
Yeah. Um, and yeah, I also had Mary, but again, like I think that was just a childhood crush that she had on
Yeah,
Mary. Because who wouldn't have
probably.
a crush on Mary?
Me, I wouldn't. Kidding.
What?
I
Oh my
definitely
god.
probably would have.
Oh my god, I love the fan cast for Mary. She's so
Who's her fan cast
beautiful.
again?
I don't remember her name. She's in I Am Not Okay with This. The friend. Hold on, let me pull it up. I am not
Oh, like the
okay with
friend
this.
of. Okay, I thought.
The
Okay.
one in the pink. Yeah, I know it's like hard to see.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
I
Her. Okay,
love
yeah.
her.
Slay.
And also the one Barbie in I just saw Barbie yesterday, but the one Barbie in the movie, she's in Tick Tick Boom as well,
Yeah,
which works out
she's in a
because
show
of
I used to
Remus.
watch. She's also in
I
an.
love
Her
her.
name's Alexandra Shipp, I believe. She was in House of Anubis season 3 or 4. Season 3 or 4. Is there even a fourth season? I don't know. That's not important. And then she was in X-Men Apocalypse. She plays young Storm.
I love her. Like
She
both
might
fan
have also
casts.
been in X-Men Dark Phoenix, but I don't know. I don't watch that movie because they killed my
I
favorite
don't know.
character.
But yeah. Sorry, I went back to Mary, but I think that's why I
Sorry,
like Mary so
I
much
went
for
all
the
the way
fan
to
cast.
Marvel there. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, it's okay. It happens.
Wait, she was in the
We
Barbie
do it.
movie?
Yeah.
Slay.
I actually
Oh
posted
yeah,
a
I saw her
story.
Barbie. I saw her Barbie poster. Yeah, I remember now.
I posted a story on TikTok last night and I was like, why hasn't no one talked about Mary
Yeah.
McDonald's fan
I didn't know
cast?
who her fan cast was though, so I didn't know who you were talking about.
Yeah. Yeah, but yeah, she's in it. It's a kind
Cool.
of small part, but still like love it. Love her,
She was literally in the Barbie movie. It's always relevant. Any part is relevant in that
obviously.
movie.
Obviously. But yeah,
I can't wait to see
that's pretty
Alan.
much all of the Marlene stuff. Oh my god, I loved Alan. He's so Peter Pettigrew. He's so
Really?
Peter.
Oh, I can't
He's just
wait.
like I don't know, he's just so
I just
silly and I
love
love
that
him.
there's only one of him. There's no variants of him. He's the only Alan.
So that's pretty much all the Marlene stuff that I have. Um, Dorcas Meadows is mentioned one time in
One singular time.
the whole thing, and she has. This is literally all I have for her.
That is the tiniest little section of notes.
I know. Um, so basically, the only quote about her is said by Moody. I think when he was showing Harry the order picture of all of them, when he was talking about
Yeah.
Marlene and stuff, he said, "That's Dorcas Meadows. Voldemort killed her personally." And I
Oh, yeah, I
think
remember.
that's so cool that he went out of his not cool that she was killed, but
I
like
was gonna
the fact
say
the fact that he went out of his way to
to
kill
like
her
personally. Yeah, like what does that
tells that
say?
like she did something that made him so mad that he was like, I need to kill her
I want to know what
personally,
she did. I want to know what girl
right?
boss move she pulled.
Well, I have a headcanon about what she did. But I
Tell
also want to
me.
say, the only other canon thing we have of her is that
Okay.
she is dark skinned. So
Slay.
there's some representation, and the only reason why we know that is because in the Pottermore like pictures of characters,
Hmm.
it's a dark
Oh, does she
skinned,
have a picture? Slay.
yeah. And also I saw Marlene's and she was ginger. I was like, oh, I thought she was blonde.
What? No, she's blonde. She's
Yeah,
Sophie Thatcher. She's
she is
blonde.
so such a blonde to me.
Ginger.
But yeah,
Yeah, I can't see her as a ginger. What's with all the gingers in Harry Potter?
they're British. I don't know.
What's with British people? British
Scottish,
people? Why? Why are
Irish.
you all ginger? I think
Why?
it's Irish people actually that are ginger.
Yeah, I said Irish after I realized. But
Didn't you
yeah,
also say Scottish? Or am I
I said
tripping? Yeah, you
Scottish
did.
and I said Irish.
Scottish. Iron brew.
I'm
Sorry.
so sorry if you're from the UK and you're hearing this and you're just like, literally, this is terrible.
I'm
You're clicking
sorry.
off.
I actually, guys, I really love British television and everything. You guys make great TV shows. They
Yes.
do.
But yeah, I
I
thought it was.
recently, oh,
Oh, go ahead.
I
Go ahead.
recently just watched There She Goes with David Tennant. It was really good. I love
There
British
she
television.
goes. And David
No.
Tennant. David Tennant is lovely.
He's in Harry Potter.
Really? Oh my
I didn't
god, I didn't
know.
know that.
Yeah, he plays
His
this character
character
called Barty Crouch Jr.
I don't
If you
really
know who that
like.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
But
like
yeah, I
him.
thought it was I wanted to add that she was canonically dark skinned because I see like I've seen fan films and I'm not going to name any because I actually don't remember, but like they will fan cast or like not fan cast but cast like light skinned people and people get upset about that because like she is canonically dark
Yeah,
skinned and
any
um
uh I'm blanking. Oh my God. Any
any
edits I
kind
ever
of
see
like
of her, she's always dark skinned. And if she's not, like
yes
people in the comments are like fighting. And I'm like, "Whoo, this
as
is some drama," as they should. I love
as they
it.
should because Dorcas is everything. She is Barbie
And everybody
and
else is just
we're
Ken.
yeah, everyone else is just Ken. But yeah, that's all
Everybody
the
else.
canon really that there was
So
about her.
tiny.
I have for her relationship, I only have Marlene because again, Dorleen stays on top.
Yeah. And
Um,
I'm pretty sure, I think I might have mentioned this. Yeah, I did. I know people like to headcanon that she was friends with the Slytherin
I
Skittles.
yeah, that's what I
Yeah.
had next. They
Okay.
her friends would most likely, since she's mostly headcanoned as a Slytherin, she's
Hmm.
like friends with Regulus and Pandora, and also because of her relationship with Marlene, she would be friends with Lily and um, Mary and all them. Uh, but there's also I read that people sometimes headcanon that she's a Gryffindor, but
Hmm.
I
I
don't
used to
believe that
think
one.
she was a Gryffindor because I feel like in the earlier days, people mostly headcanoned her as Gryffindor, but now that
Hmm.
she's like headcanoned as Slytherin, I agree with that the most.
Yeah, it makes more sense to me for
Hmm.
some reason. But
It's just
yeah,
giving the vibes.
that's really all. Like I think with Regulus's episode, which is the next episode coming out, we're
I'm
gonna
so
talk more
excited.
about the Skittles, I guess, and
I
stuff.
also probably will get into Pandora because I just want
Well,
to talk
yeah,
about her always and forever.
obviously.
Because I
But
know
yeah,
you mentioned her being friends with Dorcas.
I'm not gonna get into that now because we'll save that. And we have
Yes.
still someone else to talk about after her. So headcanons. Dorcas
Spill
headcanons.
the tea.
I think well, first of all, one of my headcanons is that she's on the Slytherin Quidditch team, and so there's the
Yeah,
Marlene
I like that one.
and Dorcas being like Quidditch
Slytherin,
rivals.
Gryffindor couples that play Quidditch against each other. I
Yeah, I think
agree.
that they had a little rivalry at first, and then they were
I
like,
love it.
you're kind of,
You're kind of. It's
why
like
she kind
I
of,
saw a video.
mm,
I don't know who made it, but it was James seeing Regulus after Quidditch practice, and he's like changing. He's all sweaty and gross, and James like smash,
yeah, smash, double smash.
smash, double smash.
Uh, but
I mean,
yeah,
yeah.
I thought that was a good thing, especially with Jegulus being like that as well.
I
I
like
like
that
that idea
headcanon.
of them being very sporty and like against each other, but like they're like hooking up
Hmm.
secretly.
Yeah, I love it.
Um, but yeah, so let's get into my good, interesting headcanon and the reason why she died.
Oh my God,
So
spill. I need to know.
I love some good avenging people.
Mhm.
And obviously, Marlene was
Mhm.
killed by the Death Eaters. And I think that Dorcas found out that it happened and she was so angry that she was like, I'm going to kill Voldemort. Like, I am getting rid of him for good.
Yes,
And
queen.
then he killed her. But yeah. And I also like the idea that she kind of knew about Regulus's mission to destroy the Horcruxes and like was trying to
Yeah.
continue that. And
Ooh,
Voldemort,
I like
like,
that.
I don't know. Yeah.
I just remembered a Pandora headcanon. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Write it
Hold on, I gotta
down.
write this down.
Oh, also, we're doing Pandora's episode like separately from that because we just love her that much.
Yes.
We're
I
not
didn't know if
adding
we were
her in
doing them
this one.
separately or. Thank goodness. I think we're
Yeah, because
also going to get into Xenophilius a bit in that
yeah,
episode.
yeah, we plan to do Pandora and
And I kind of want to
Xenophilius
talk
in the
about
same
Luna.
one.
I know she's not in this era,
Oh
but I
yeah,
just love Luna.
yeah. But yeah, I love the idea that she was killed because she was trying to avenge Marlene, and she just loved her that much that
I like
she
that
died for
idea.
her. Well,
That
I
is
guess
cute.
she's already
Not
dead, but
cute, but like it just shows how much they would love each other if that's like canon.
it's powerful,
It
I
is.
guess. The power of love.
Wow. Well, shall we get to the woman herself?
The woman.
Sybil
Miss
Trelawney?
Sybil Trelawney. She actually has a middle name, and it's Patricia. So I don't.
Patricia!
It's said that it was her middle name. I don't know if that's actually true, but there you go.
Imagine having such a
Um,
cool name and then your middle name is Patricia.
Sybil
No offense to
Patricia.
anyone named Patricia.
Yeah, no, but
I've never met
it just,
anyone named
I
Patricia.
feel like it just doesn't fit her actual like her other names,
It
like
doesn't.
Sybil
Sybil
Patricia
Patricia Trelawney. It doesn't flow.
Trelawney.
Like
Yeah,
something like Harry James Potter. That flows.
yeah.
That doesn't
Marlene
flow.
McKinnon,
Yeah, Peter
Mary
Pettigrew.
McDonald,
No,
Sybil Patricia
the middle
Trelawney.
name we've picked for Sirius also doesn't flow very well because it's headcanon that his middle name is Orion.
Yeah,
I
Sirius
feel like
Orion
that doesn't
Black.
it doesn't flow as nicely as I'd like it to. Unlike someone, Regulus Arcturus Black.
Octopus.
That
I
name?
I
No one will
also
ever have a better name.
I just want to say that I like that being his middle name, like not Regulus, but Sirius's middle name, only because it makes his initials SOB, which is son of a bitch. And I think that's so funny.
It's
Because he
also
is.
it's also sob. He's sobbing.
So he's a son of a
Sob.
bitch. Walpurga.
That's funny.
Walpurga. And Orion. Fuck
Yeah,
you.
that is
I'm your
funny.
biggest hater.
Okay,
Anyway,
we'll get
sorry.
to that in the next episode. Don't worry, because we'll get to
Yes,
talk
we
about
will.
them again with Reginald. I'm kidding. Regulus, not
Okay.
Reginald.
Sybil.
Okay, back to the women. Yes.
Let's get civil with Sybil. Sybil. So
Huh?
she is, I don't know, just go with it. She is a
Okay.
Ravenclaw, which
Ravenclaw.
is fun. Um, she is a half blood,
I just realized
Muggle
both my friends
mother,
are
wizard father.
Ravenclaws.
Oh my god.
And Aries.
And Aries, yeah.
What is up with me and liking Ravenclaw Aries?
You're just,
And I'm pretty sure your
yeah,
birthday's the 8th, right?
April 8th. Yeah.
Yeah. Lynn's is the 7th.
No way. You're lying. That's not
I'm not
true.
lying. I'm not lying.
No way. Well,
I just really like
you
Aries,
have
I
a
guess.
type. You have a
I
type.
do. Obviously. You're both brunette, both tall.
Oh my
Oh my
god.
god, I have a type.
We're the same
Sorry, that's
person.
so funny. Literally.
But yeah, she's a half blood. She has a muggle mother, wizard father. We don't know their names, but we do know one of her ancestors, I guess, which is Cassandra Trelawney, who is a renowned seer. She is
A
um,
renowned.
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 Um,
It's
yeah,
okay.
so she
I was
had
talking to a friend, and like the dessert, a flan? They said flan. A flan.
flan.
A flan.
Yeah.
Sounds so redneck. Anyway.
So yeah, she was a seer, and no one else in the family possessed the seeing ability until Sybil was born.
Slay.
There's a possibility that she was in the Slug Club because of her ancestor being a
Yeah.
very like popular seer, and
Very
so
cool.
Slughorn would be like, "Hey, you,
Hey, let me collect you
could
for my collection.
you could be famous one day. Come here."
You could be famous one day. God, I love Slughorn.
So yeah, she was possibly collected by Slughorn to be in the Slug Club. I think she was actually seen in the Half Blood Prince, like at one of the parties, like in the background. She was
Okay.
just there. So I think that she might have actually been a part of it, and that's why he invited her because like he knew her from
That's
her years.
nice.
Also, I think it's pretty much canon that she was Marauders era. It said
Yeah, I see her a lot and
she was born between like 1959 and like 1962 or something.
oh yeah, that's like a bang on
Yeah.
Marauders
So
era.
I
Because
just kind of
Regulus was
assume
born in 61
61.
and Sirius was born 59. So yeah, that's like bang on.
Yeah.
I always
So
thought she was part of like with Minnie and Poppy.
yeah, I feel like it was just because of like Emma Thompson like seemed
Yeah.
kind of around that age,
But
but
no, even then looking at the movies, she really
yeah.
doesn't look
Yeah,
like
no.
around their age. So I was just tripping.
Yeah, no, she would have been around probably like Bellatrix age maybe
Okay.
even. I don't know, but yeah. Um where was I? So she married what?
Do we have a do we have an episode dedicated to the Black Sisters in the plan? I can't remember.
Yes, yes,
Okay.
we do.
Okay.
Um, so she married someone named Mr. Higglebottom, and
Oh, oh
they
my.
quickly divorced. And I think it's because
Oh,
she refused to take his name. I don't know if it's because she didn't like
good
the
for
name,
her. Good for
or if,
her.
or if it's because she just wanted to keep her name because of like the seer
Good for
ancestry and
her.
stuff. But yeah, so they divorced. Wow, very quickly because she refused to take his name. And
That's
then
so girl boss.
I wanted to talk about her in this episode because she's very important to the Harry Potter story because in around 1979, 1980, before James and Lily died, she met Dumbledore in hopes to like acquire the divination position
Hmm.
at Hogwarts. And he was like kind of disappointed because she didn't really have like the skill that
Uh-huh.
her ancestor did have, and then said like she wasn't fit for the position, whatever.
Oh,
What an
rude.
asshole. um, and then at that point, she went into a trance, like we see in The Prisoner of Azkaban with Harry,
Hmm.
where she read the prophecy of James and Lily's son, of Harry defeating
Oh
Voldemort in the one.
shit.
So that's why he hired her to protect
Why?
that
Why isn't this in the movie? I would
because
have
they
loved
suck.
to know that. What the
I
hell?
it kind of like shows her reading a prophecy, but it doesn't show her. I don't know. But she was the one that read that prophecy to Dumbledore,
Okay.
and actually, Snape was eavesdropping in that conversation
Ugh.
and told Voldemort. And then that's when like he eventually found out it was Lily's. It could have been Lily, and so he's like, "No, no, don't don't kill her."
See, he shouldn't have been a blabbermouth. He got
Yeah,
himself
it's
into
all
that
his fault.
situation.
All his fault. Um,
I hate Snape.
so yeah, Dumbledore hired her specifically because he had to like keep her from doing that. But she actually
Yeah.
um didn't take it for a little bit, and then
Oh,
she did, apparently. I don't know why.
slay. Good for
But
her.
yeah, she was like, "No. Like
Maybe
you
she
didn't
wanted
think
to
I was good
travel the
enough?
world
You didn't think I was good
or
enough?
something.
Fine." But yeah, so I don't know, like it's interesting to me because like she always like seems really, I guess, delusional to people because her predictions
She's
aren't
giving
always
like
exact.
quirky hippie aunt.
Yeah. Because her predictions aren't always like on the
Yeah.
dot, but they're always accurate
Hmm.
in some way, which I want to get into. I have a few of her little predictions that actually came true.
Okay.
Um, but it's interesting that she like goes into these trances and she doesn't realize it. So it's like this thing is like possessing her to like
Yeah.
tell the
Yeah, that's
prophecy.
creepy.
Yeah, I remember watching Prisoner of Azkaban, the movie where she's like in that like he will return tonight. It
Uh-huh.
scared
That
me.
always was so scary. It's
Oh,
still a
it's so
little
creepy.
scary.
Just like the way her voice sounds. Oh my god.
Yeah.
But
That's
yeah.
why I hate when voices do creepy stuff like that. Like that's why I can't watch the movie Us ever again because the voice of the one character freaks me out so much. It
Oh,
gives me like nightmares. It
yeah.
was such a good movie, but yeah, I don't know if I'll ever be able to watch it again.
But yeah, it's so like I want to know why that happens. Like I'm interested to know why she like goes into a trance
Maybe
and why
it's
she
like
can't like entirely do it
maybe it's like a little bit like
on the
That's So
dog.
Raven kind of how she kind of like
She like
what?
goes into her eye. She's like,
Yeah. Yeah, I
yeah,
don't know. I've never actually seen That's So Raven.
me either. I've seen like maybe a few episodes, but I feel like
I
I was too
was
young.
yeah, I was not in that. I was a Hannah Montana Shake It Up, Wizards of
Oh
Waverly
yeah,
Place
yeah, me too.
generation.
But yeah, so she has made a few predictions that I wrote down. Um, and they're mostly like in the book, but in
Hmm.
the Prisoner of Azkaban book, she like makes this prediction that one of her students will leave forever this year. And McGonagall was like, "Oh, well, she always predicts people are going to die every year."
Yeah.
And it never comes true. But she was accurate with this one because Hermione left the class. She never said dies. She said would leave
Oh.
forever and never come back to the class, like
Yeah, why would she
Hermione.
automatically assume she dies?
Yeah, I don't know. But so yeah, that was interesting. And then there was this other point. I don't know which one it was in. It was after third year,
Okay.
um, where maybe it was. Oh no, it was third year. Never mind. So in the book during Christmas, I think Harry and Ron had stayed at the school. Like
Hmm.
Ron probably stayed with Harry, which I think is so sweet.
Of
Um,
course.
but so they were all like in the great hall, like sitting with the teachers, and there was 12 people sitting at the table.
Hmm.
Um, but because Ron had scabbers, it was a 13th person. I'll get into why 13 is like the whole thing. And Sybill joins, or she like walks in and she's like, "Oh no, I can't sit there because if I make 13, one of us is going to stand up and that will be the first person to die out of all of us. And I don't want to like curse that." But because Peter was there, it
Hmm.
already made 13. And guess who stood up first? Dumbledore to greet her. And it was, they don't like ever mention it, but it's subtly like in the writing
That's like
that
so
Dumbledore stands
clever.
up. Yeah.
Whoa,
So,
J.K. Rowling writing something clever for once?
right. But yeah, I thought that was cool that like she was like, "Oh no, like there will be 13 of us if I sit there and whoever stands up
Oh
first."
my
So,
god.
yeah, and then like she ends up sitting down cuz McGonagall was like, "Oh, please, like shut up, just sit down." And
Shut up, sit down.
she's so funny. I love her. Um and then at some point like Harry and Ron both stand up at the same time and Trelawney's like, "Who stood up first? Who's going to
Oh
die?
my
One of you are going to
god.
die." But yeah, so, yeah, she kind of predicted that someone would die
Okay.
first, but got it wrong because Peter was there.
Yeah.
Um, Also, there were a lot of times where obviously she would predict to Harry that he's gonna die, he's in danger, he's,
Yeah.
whatever. And at some point, she said that he has such a bad, like, life because she thinks like he might have been born midwinter. And he
Yeah.
was like, "No, like I'm born in July, but who's born in midwinter? Voldemort,
Oh
who
my
was attached to
god.
his soul."
Yeah.
And so she could sense that, but she didn't know. So she was like, "Oh, like
Oh.
you were born midwinter. This is why you're like having all these terrible things
Hmm.
happen to you or whatever." I don't know, but yeah.
That's crazy.
So she's always like accurate, but not
But
in
never like in the specific, like,
she just
this is
can't get it.
exactly.
Yeah. Um
She's
and one
trying
more
her
thing.
best.
It's not a prediction. I just thought it was really funny. She fought in the Second War by throwing crystal balls at Death Eaters' heads.
Oh my
I think it's so
god, I
funny.
love her so much.
I just imagine her going like, "Whoosh, take
She's
that,
just like chucking them. Oh
smash."
my god, I'm sorry, that's the funniest thing I've heard.
I love it. It's so girl boss.
That's amazing.
But yeah,
Also,
that's pretty much
I love
everything
her
of
fan
her.
cast of young her. Also, have you seen her?
I don't know if I have.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna Google her because she's in a movie I really like
Yeah,
called
I don't know
Wild
if I've
Child with Emma Roberts. Um,
hmm, weird, but yeah, that's
um,
mostly her canon stuff that I have written down. There's definitely more, but I didn't want to read it all.
okay, the
But yeah,
actress's name is Juno Temple. I'm gonna
Juno
find a
Temple.
picture of young her. Here we
I
go.
don't know. Maybe I have. I don't think I've seen any edits or anything of her.
Oh, okay, I have a few saved, I think. Try and send them to you.
Slay. But yeah, I love Trelawney. I love all the things about her, and
I
she
also love
deserves more
her.
love. But I have some like relationships or friendships, so
Okay,
let's get
spill the
into it.
tea.
We've talked about her and Peter having like a little,
Yes.
some kind of fling or even
A
like a
little
relationship at
a
some
little love
point.
affair.
Um, and I kind of believe that maybe they broke up because she could like predict that something was going to
Yeah.
happen, but she didn't get it exact.
Yeah,
And so
you
he was
mentioned
like,
that, which I love
"What do you
that.
mean? Like, why are you saying this?" And then they broke up because
Yeah.
she was just like being kind of crazy to him. Um, I also randomly thought of this one. It could either be a friendship or a relationship, but Rita Skeeter.
I'm in
I
love with the idea of Rita Skeeter.
I don't know why, but I just feel like, and this is a headcanon that I wrote, but I feel like they would have fallen out either as partners or friends
Hmm.
because Rita was such a gossip that like she would be like, "Oh, like she's so
Oh,
delusional. Like
absolutely.
she thinks she has this seeing ability, but she does not."
Yeah.
And I feel like Rita was just very much like a toxic friend in that way, and
Oh, so absolutely she was.
they would have like stopped being friends because of that. But I think it's a interesting thing, like them being friends or maybe even like related in some way or
Yeah, I think
something.
that's cool. I like that. Yeah, even the
Because
being
they're
related, because they're both like blonde and stuff, and like
yeah, and they have like this like kind of difference about them. Like it's the same but different. I don't know how to explain it, but like
same spectrum, different ends kind of thing.
yeah,
I
like
feel like.
Rita makes up lies and like spreads them to be
Mhm.
like this journalist, and Sybill accidentally lie. I don't know. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but
I
I
know
feel like it
what you
makes sense in
mean.
my head. But yeah. Um and then friendships I also had Pandora because I just feel like she would be
The
like,
love of
"Oh,
my
yeah."
life. I'm in love.
Because again, like Pandora is very optimistic and open-minded, and
Yeah,
I
and
think
very like,
she would like sit with her and be like, "Yeah, like predict something for me," and like
yes.
actually listen and be like, "Yes,
This,
like
I don't know if this
you
is gonna
did a good
make
job."
sense, but I feel like Pandora has very like flowy energy, if that makes sense. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Like I don't know.
Like
Yeah, it's
whimsical and gentle and like happy and just,
yeah,
I
feeling
just love her.
whimsical.
She's got stars in her eyes all the time.
I love, yeah, I love Pandora. And I
Me
also feel
too.
like Luna would have also really liked to be in divination and just learn about like
Yes.
what the future holds. And yeah.
Hmm.
And I guess also Xenophilius maybe could be a potential friend of hers.
That man,
Um,
that man. He's so kooky. I love him.
yeah.
He's just a
But
guy, a little guy.
that's really all I have for her. Do you want to maybe, I don't know if we're going to do an episode about this. Like we can definitely go more into detail on it, but do you want to like maybe even touch a little bit on the misogyny right
Right
now?
now, yes.
Even a little
You
bit.
know I love to talk about this stuff. This fandom is so horrifically misogynistic.
It hates women.
It's it's like the Marvel fandom.
Yeah.
There's just so much hate for the women and any female representation for no good reason.
It
No good
is
reason.
disgusting to me. I I post a lot of like female content, like a lot,
I
especially like
love.
Effie and Minnie and all that. I'm really
Yeah.
into that right now. And I find like yeah, it still does well. I'm not complaining about like my views because I don't do it for the views. I do it for
Yeah,
fun.
no, you do it for
But
fun.
like I have noticed, like, no matter how much hard work I put into it, no matter
They
how
get
much
nowhere
depth,
near as much views as the
I
boys.
this is an example. I posted a couple weeks ago now a video about Regulus with that one little girl who was like, my iPad's not charging,
Oh yeah,
whatever. It was a
my
joke, right?
iPad's not. My charge is not charging my iPad because it's gotten used to your iPad instead of
Instead of
mine.
mine. Yeah.
Ugh.
Joke video took me 30 seconds to make. And I was
Yeah,
like,
weren't you
oh,
like in
like,
your PJs in bed or something like that?
yes, like
Yeah.
literally such a quick little video. And I was like, oh, whatever. I'm just bored. I'll post this.
Hmm.
And it got 90,000 views. And
Holy
then when I
shit.
post like fucking Effie or any of the other girls, I get, depending on what it is, if it's relating to the boys, I find it gets
Hmm.
more attraction. But if it's just the
Yeah.
girls, it's like 1,000 views at most. And it's just like, why? They're so
It's
interesting.
not even because like the fandom is made up of a lot of boys and they don't interact. It's the girls too. The
Mm-hmm.
women and that are fans of this are even misogynistic because again, this fandom I feel like is a lot more prominently women. I think I
It
could be wrong
is.
on that, but yeah.
My,
Um,
sorry, I'm just gonna say it. My analytics on TikTok, like my following analytics, is like
mhm.
95% women.
Yeah. It's
So, yeah.
they just become so obsessed with these boys and the idea of them, and they become so in love and enveloped in them that they completely ignore the women of the story and their beauty and their talent and just the amazingness of them all, because all they want is, oh, James Potter, oh, Sirius Black,
And
oh, they're so hot, blah blah blah.
yeah, and the whole like, as soon as Jegulus became really popular, like
Oh,
on
I'm so
TikTok
mad about
especially,
that.
I saw the hate for Lily rise so much more
Literally.
because the fetishization, is that, did I say that right? Whatever. Of
Fetishization. I don't
the
fucking know.
fetishing of like male ex male ships,
Oh, it's
like gay
disgusting.
men from women, especially, is gross. And then they look
It's
at the women and they're like, ew, I don't care about them.
it's as gross as when men fetishize lesbian relationships.
It is. And
If not worse, honestly, to a point. Because
it's,
I feel like the men, say in a fandom, there's like something like Overwatch. They men tend to fetishize like the female characters and like putting them
yeah.
together. They don't hate on the male characters though. They still love them. They're like, oh, they're big, strong, cool men. But when it's women doing it and fetishizing gay men, they completely tear apart the women, bring them down, hate them. It becomes vicious almost with the
Hmm.
like the distaste for it, you know?
Yeah. It's also, I've kind of stopped like posting about Jegulus specifically because I was also getting comments like saying, "Oh, why do you all hate Lily?" And I'm like, I literally said nothing about Lily in this
What the
video.
heck?
So not only
I love Lily.
can I not like post about Jegulus? I mean, I can, but I choose not to because of
Hmm.
that. I can't do that, and I
But
also
then
can't say right.
when you show your love for Lily, then it's like it gets no views or anything.
Or when I do say like, "Oh, like Jegulus shippers, you all hate Lily for no reason." They're
Hmm.
like, "No, we don't. We love Lily." But
Which the
then what
majority of them
is
do, which I have been into Jegulus since before it was popular. This is not me bragging or like
yeah, no.
gatekeeping, but because again, like I said, I'm not a big Sirius fan. I had a friend who kind of gate kept Ramus and Sirius a lot, so I moved to James. So I found out about James and Regulus in 2020, I believe, actually 2020 or 2021. It was very early. As like an original, I guess, Jegulus fan, there used to be like no hate for Lily in that fandom when it was small. It was just a separate thing. It was its own little thing. I love Lily with all of my heart. I will never hate her. And
Because there's
I
no reason
cannot
to.
exactly. I cannot wrap my head around the reason of why Jegulus fans hate Lily because she's
There,
with James. Like
yeah.
they would not have ended up together anyways. You need to realize that. James and
Hmm.
Regulus are not meant to be together. They are not soulmates. They are meant to be torn apart. Like, you
And
can't
not by
hate Lily.
Lily. It's not
No,
Lily's
it's not by
fault.
Lily. It's just fate. That's just how their storyline goes. Some people are just not meant to be together.
I also want to add that there is way more reasons to hate James and to hate Regulus than there is to hate Lily.
Oh,
A
absolutely.
1000%.
Ted
And
James, he was a bully. Even if
he
it
was
was
a
just a
bully.
Snape, he was a bully. And that's not okay.
And
Regulus, he was
Regulus,
a Death Eater. He was, in reality, he was probably an asshole in canon.
oh yeah,
Like,
100%.
absolutely. Think about the family he was raised in, how loyal he was to his parents, how much he wanted to impress them. He was a downright asshole for sure. Like, he wouldn't have been this baby girl, like, wants to do good in the world person. He wouldn't have been like that, like what the fandom
Yeah.
makes him out to be.
And like I said earlier in the episode, um the Valkyries are very much like the Marauders. It's just they're women and
Yes.
people don't like them as much because and like yeah, I joined the Marauders fandom because I liked the Marauders and I liked the
Yes,
boys
me
and like
too.
their friendship and stuff. That is the main reason why I joined. I didn't really join because of a ship besides
I
Wolfstar,
joined
whatever.
because I really liked Remus. I got
Yeah,
into
I
it because
joined.
of
Yeah,
Remus.
me too. Like that was one of my favorite characters. That's why I joined, and I have never like ever thought like, oh, I don't like Lily because blah blah blah. Like, why would
Yeah,
I? Because what did she do? Nothing. And it's not
exactly.
just Lily. It's every single woman in
Mary, Marlene, Dorcas, all of them.
Hermione,
Oh my god, don't get me on.
Cho, Luna, Ginny,
All of them, all of the women.
everyone. Like, there's
The amount of
always.
Molly Weasley hate too sometimes I see is like
Mhm.
astronomical. Like, I
Like
know she
I'm.
wasn't the perfect mother in the books and stuff.
Yeah,
I understand she has done some wrongs, but like, she gets ripped apart
she
to
does, and
shreds.
Arthur doesn't.
Exactly.
And he was also a part of it, which I remember when we talked about Remus and Remadora, he was one of the
Mm-hmm.
ones that was like pressuring Remus into it, not
Yep.
just Molly.
Yep.
And no one
And
talks
he
about
gets
the fact that
no hate for that. They only talk about how he wants to know the function of a rubber duck.
me too, because I love him.
Oh,
But
I love him too, but
I
still, we
I
can't
used
point
to
out just the faults in the women and ignore the faults in the men.
exactly. Yeah, no. Because
It's
also
gross.
women's wrongs are actually right.
I
And
support
men's wrongs
women's
are
rights
disgusting.
and wrongs, but men, no.
Exactly. But yeah, and also one more thing because this is about to end, but Barty is a shitty
Yeah, I was
person and
gonna
he
say
gets more love
Barty,
than
Evan, the Death Eaters, their faults are completely obliterated and not looked at, hidden away in a locked box that's buried in a cave.
more than like people like them more than they like Bellatrix,
Hmm.
who is
Literally.
insane. And like I don't like Bellatrix for that reason, but I also like her character at the same time.
I like Bellatrix's character because she's a good villain. Because she's just straight up fucking crazy, and I
Yeah.
love her. Um.
But
Oh, Narcissa,
people don't
Andromeda.
like
We
her.
didn't mention them either. They're women. I see a
Hmm.
lot of hate for Narcissa. Don't know why. She's so slay.
Yeah, no. I don't I like nobody I don't see the same like defending thing that people do for James, for instance, where
Mhm.
they're like, stand Bambi. No one does that for Lily. They're just like,
Nope.
oh, well, Lily didn't do anything wrong, blah, blah, blah. We don't hate Lily, but like, you kind of do. It's just buried deep and you
Hmm.
don't realize what you're doing is
I feel
harmful.
like as women, because again, it's this fandom is mostly women, and it's the women doing these misogynistic things. As a woman, step back and think about if that was you, and all these people were just hating on you and hating on you and hating on you for no good reason, and then putting these men up on these pedestals and praising them and giving them all of themselves, even if they've done horrible, worse things than you, and you're just being beat down and battered. Like, put yourself in those shoes. That takes us back so many years. It's
Mm-hmm.
disgusting. It is truly disgusting.
Like, why, for like the Jegulus thing, why is it Lily's fault? Why is it not James's fault
Literally.
for
It's
like
not,
leading him on in that way and then
it's
going
not,
for Lily?
exactly. It's not, and Regulus died too. Like, it's not
Right?
Lily's fault he became a Death Eater and then went to destroy the Horcrux and died. Lily had nothing to do with that. Absolutely nothing.
None of
How
the
does
women did, actually.
exactly none of the women had anything to do with any of the
Oh my
stuff
god.
you guys are hating them for? If you're gonna hate them, at least give me some valid reasons.
Give me
Because
5 reasons why you hate them that
even
aren't
just
having to do with
just
men.
three, even just three. I would like to see you give me just 3 reasons as to why you hate Lily, or hate Mary, or Marlene, or any of them. Any of them.
I also want to add, I know we're very short on time now, four
That's okay.
minutes, but do you ever see Orion getting shitted on as much as Walburga does?
Nope.
Nope. I
Nope.
just realized that too. Because I
Oh
was
my
thinking of
god, yeah.
her and like why I hate her, but like nobody ever talks about Orion. Well,
I've
they
seen a
do, but like
few
not as
edits, but
much.
like it's definitely not as much.
It's not as bad as her. And I
Yeah.
think that's again the hate for women.
It's truly gross. And I think if you are a woman and you hate these women, you need to
Why?
take a look at yourself and do some reflection and really think about why.
Yeah.
It's foul. It's revolting.
On that
Oh
hand, I think we should go more in depth
yeah, I
and have our
definitely we're doing
thoughts.
an episode where we can just
Yeah,
completely
like
go,
plan out our
yeah,
thoughts first so that we can
talk about
really like,
specifics of why.
yeah.
And yeah, sorry, I got a
Yeah.
little heated there, but it's frustrating.
Yeah,
It's truly it's like we're
it
living in the dark
is.
ages. It's disgusting. And as women, we still don't have all the rights we should. We still
Mhm.
don't. And you're going around hating all these amazing characters because they're women and because they get in the way
Especially
of your men.
the colored women I've noticed, like
Oh
Mary,
yes,
for
yeah.
example.
And
I feel
Dorcas, yeah.
like she gets very sexualized as well, and it's
Oh
really
yeah, it's
gross to
gross.
me. But yeah, I think we should end this one
Yeah,
before
before
we get
we
more into it.
get more into it, yeah.
But
Oh
yeah, stay
yes.
tuned for Regulus's episode
Yes, and then
and
eventually we'll get back into
possible,
this.
yeah,
Yeah.
yes.
Oh yeah.
That was
Good
a lot.
episode. This has
Great
been
episode.
Marauders at Midnight. Thank you for listening.
You're welcome.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
Yep, of course. Um,
I
so
don't
you
even
want to
have
get out?
anything funny to say because I'm so like,
You want to get out of
ugh.
here? Go like
Yeah.
read some women ships.
Ooh, yeah. Let's go.
Okay.